Hey, Kansas City, Ben Fetzer, Advanced Microbial. Hope you're doing well today. I want to talk about something that might be a little bit difficult to discuss. Uh, Mold remediation professionals like myself and environmental professionals that do testing and consulting, write protocols, try to create a plan for the client, oftentimes someone whose health is not doing well, whose bodies are having reactions to something, and they're trying to figure out why. Um, those companies, environmental companies, for example, may write up some very aggressive protocol and recommendations. And sometimes me, as the person who's got to write a scope of work and create a real world, real working remediation process, I have to walk a fine line between calling out an environmental company that was just recommending something that probably isn't going to have any effect on their health and life, and following that remediation plan or that protocol that's been written. It is a delicate dance. I in no way want to discount environmental companies who write their protocol, who do the testing, who recommend their recommendations, and do what they can to try and help the customer, the client, get their health improved or get their health back. Sometimes it might not be the end goal to get the person's health all the way back. Recovery and healing may not fully happen 100%. Maybe it's 50, maybe it's 70%. Whatever it is, if it's only 30%, then at least there is an improvement in the person's health based on the air quality improvements that were able to be achieved. So it's not fun. It's not easy to do because I don't want to underdo an aggressive remediation plan and not get far enough that the person experiences a breakthrough. But I also know that budgets and financial restraints are at play, and we need to try to do what we can to move the needle as much as we possibly can. So you focus on the priorities. How about we attack these three biggest issues and maybe not address the smaller issues? Because budgets are in place, lifestyle is in place. They don't have the option to move out for 6 months or 2 months or whatever and do a large remediation process and a large reconstruction process. They're not physically well enough to be able to endure the stress of such a project. And they just can't do it. They need to do something, they want to do something, but they just cannot quite go all the way and follow verbatim the remediation protocol given by the environmental professional. So myself and the homeowner, sometimes I include the environmental company if there's someone who's willing to work with me and discuss the protocol and what's been written and what would be the priority. I work with some that are very good at working with remediation contractors to slice and dice a protocol and give a real world, doable plan, doable protocol. Maybe not ideal, but it's better than doing nothing. Because a lot of times that's what we work with. We have what we have. The homeowner has what they have financially and in their emotional, capacity and their physical capacity. They can't just move out. So we have to do our best. I live by three basic words or principles in my thought in remediation. It's good, better, and best. Let's make this simple. It's best if you replaced your HVAC system. It's better if you clean the system. It's good if you at least change the HVAC filter. All of those are an improvement, but at different levels. So you start with the basic. If that's all you can do, replace the filter. Get a higher quality filter. If you're able to clean the ducts and hire a professional duct cleaning company, guess what? That's good. That's better. Best, if you can afford it, let's replace the system and let's upgrade the filtration part of the system. Let's get you a bigger filter. We might even be able to get some kind of different purification equipment that would be an improvement beyond just a good filter as well. So there's lots of things out there in the industry, but we have to be real and be honest and solve real problems the best that we can. We cannot achieve perfection most of the time. So using logic, using experience, coming up with a real world plan per every single client is different in their situation. That's where experience is paramount. That's where somebody who can empathize with the client, knows this is a difficult situation, knows that there are restraints in what can be done, but something needs to be done. And you can empathize with them, you can understand their position and give them options on what they can do and what they can expect. The other thing I like to use in my industry is good, better, and best, and probabilities, likelihoods. The odds are XYZ. The likelihood of air quality being affected by such and such item is low, or it's high, or it's in the middle. That's all you can do is work with probabilities in this industry. You can't guarantee that such and such action is going to achieve a perfect outcome. So I can give some likelihoods though, based on my experience, and I like to refer to my experience. In my 15 years of experience, very rarely do I see such and such happen in so-and-so situation. Or in my 15 years of experience, almost every time this is the case. If you do X, you always, most of the time, get Y as the result. You use that as you're talking to clients and you're trying to navigate and guide them through a complicated process that they're not trained for, not equipped for, but then in some cases are so educated by their research that they're almost overeducated, and that's hyperstimulated them, and now they're stressed and anxious because of everything they've learned about mold. So you bring your experience into the situation and you calm them down. You help them provide, and you help them to embrace perspective. Here's where we are. I've been through this hundreds of times, situations very similar to yours. This is what happened in previous situations. This is what is likely to happen in your situation. How can I help? That's your job as a remediation professional. That's the job that I try to, do every single day and every single situation with each prospective client and then those who choose to utilize our services. So anyway, just had that on my mind this morning. This is a longer video. This will go on YouTube, and hopefully it'll be useful to someone out there who's struggling with their mold journey and needs a little bit more perspective. If you're in the Kansas City area, look me up, moldkc.org. Ben Fetzer, Advanced Microbial, we're in this together. I'm here to help. I'll do what I can. If that's advice or that's actual services, either way. But have a great day.